Telkom Business, behind South African businesses' drive to thrive.
South Africa is facing major electricity crisis, at times with no power for almost 6 hours a day. This has sparked concerns about the survival of small business owners and how they are forced to make hard choices. While some have prophesied doom and gloom, some experts believe that the immediate future will see a collective focus on bringing together public and private sectors in a bid to fuel clean energy transition and end load shedding. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial SME, and today I'm joined by Head of Product Development at Telkom Business, Arnold Naicker, and Managing Executive for Insights and Advisory at Nedbank, Lizzy Mogale. Arnold, small businesses are going through hell. It's getting harder by the day. We're hearing scary stories on social media, people telling us that they're almost dead, right? Now, one, are there solutions, whether by private sector or public sector, that are out there that are going to make things easy? And are you seeing light at the end of the day?
At this stage, Rams, what we're seeing, and as you mentioned, customers are really suffering. Our customers are really suffering with load shedding. You find that businesses are closing their doors, and unnecessarily so, because it's leaving them cash strapped. Now, private sector can definitely make a difference, and so can the public. From a private sector, we need to probably look as an immediate sort of intervention, is to try and ensure that businesses are kept running with perhaps backup solutions. So solar power is one of the biggest things. Inverters and batteries, operated power, also uninterrupted power supplies. These are some of the stuff that actually can keep businesses up and running during the load shedding periods.
Lizzy, the Sowetan newspaper, our sister newspaper, about 2 months ago published a list of about 100 businesses that almost are dying or to die of load shedding. And I know Nedbank had an impact study about load shedding on small businesses. Give us some insights on the study that you had.
Awesome. Yes, Rams. We ran the study, and from the study, this is a study we ran in partnership with Township Entrepreneurs Alliance. And we got 5 insights, right? The first one, you've already talked about them. 64% of those that we interviewed said they stop operations during load shedding. And we talk about when we are stage 5 upwards. The second insight is that 66% mentioned that they've had to shed jobs within their businesses, which for us is quite concerning in a country where the unemployment levels are high, and we're looking at SME environment to help us address that. The third one is around increasing operating costs. I mean, the alternatives that were spoken about earlier are increasing costs for the businesses. The margins are reducing, therefore profitability is becoming a challenge. The fourth insight is that from the base that we looked at, majority are currently using generators of those who have alternate sources of energy, and only 3% were using solar. But when we asked, what is your preferred solution, about 54% that said they would like to use solar. Interesting enough, they said, but we don't know where to start. We don't understand what the solar solution provision is all about. And the last one, which is also a bit concerning for us, is that we're starting to see the impact on mental health and hustling resilience of the small businesses. Most of them said we survived lockdown in 2020. Just when we were lifting our heads up, it was the July riots. Now we're trying to lift our heads up, it's load shedding. And those in manufacturing and agriculture are also starting to say watershed also is knocking at our door. So we don't know how much of this our businesses will be able to be resilient around, given that it's constant impact that we are seeing. So those are the 5 key insights that we picked up from the study that we ran for the small businesses within the township economy.
Excellent. Arnold, are you seeing it on your platform? Are you seeing it at Telkom Business that, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, you had such a number of businesses, and because of load shedding and COVID, there's a tapering off or a smaller concentration out there?
So the numbers picked up. I mean, we lose about 70 to 80% of businesses in SMEs closed down, within the first year of operations, which is incredibly high as opposed to previous years, and I think in a space that we are in a digital space, in a space where we require the internet to actually operate and run, without power, it leaves it flat, and if you look at load shedding at large for SMEs, these guys need to be operational. They need to be on the road, some of them finding business, going out, seeing clients, and you'd find that they even miss their appointments due to the traffic lights being out. So you'd find that there's a lot of effect, a cause and effect, that's going on from a SME perspective, where you'd find that they utilize their services even less and less.
Yeah.
And they find more affordable ways, but not necessarily productive ways to do their business.
Almost like taking shortcuts.
Almost taking shortcuts,
yeah.
Which is detrimental for future growth.
Yes.
Yes, they try and sustain themselves by utilizing what they have in front of them, the basic plain old tech, but they cannot increase due to the cash shortage.
We're going to take a short break and come back just after this.